I'm never good at this. It's early in the morning. I'm still in my pajamas and I'm sitting in the back TV room. My hair looks awful. Oh, anyway, um, I want to give you an update. I got the results of my PET scan and got a phone call from the doctor, one of the doctors, yesterday evening. And the brain MRI came back clean. I don't have anything going on in my brain. That sounds like a joke. Anyway, but the PET scan for the rest of my body did not come back good. The cancer still involves my lymph nodes, but it is spread to lymph nodes that are in my back on the right side. How do I explain this? The lymph nodes along my neck on the right side and my collarbone and under my arm and in the right breast area and around my rib cage are all involved with cancer. So it's reached a point where the tumors are all so large and so painful. I can't even describe to you how painful it is. It's awful. And yeah, it's awful. There's some days I'm inconsolable, to put it mildly. But anyway, this is hard. This is hard for me to talk about this. So I don't have a script. I'm not reading off of excuse me, a notepad or anything like that to keep my thoughts together. I don't have that going on. So trying to think off the top of my head, and I'm not always good at that. So pretty much this whole time that I've been trying to fight against this naturally, I've been doing resveratrol, curcumin, vitamin D, zinc, Laetrile, which is apricot seeds. I've even been doing fenbendazole, which a guy by the name of Joe Tippins used to cure his cancer. It's an off-label use of the drug. I won't go into details about it. But I've been using just a bunch of supplements, some of them Chinese herbs and stuff like that I can't even pronounce. But, and I think some of it has slowed the growth in some respects. Of course, changing my diet, stuff like that. But it has not stopped the cancer from growing or spreading. And I'm at a loss. I mean, the fasting clinic benefited me to some degree. It helped my autoimmune disease for sure. And it may have slowed the growth for a while. But once I start eating again, which you have to do at some point, you can't just perpetually fast. Well, I guess you could, but you'd eventually die. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The doctor called me last night and we were talking about the PET scan, and she said that the only thing they have to offer me is chemo. That's it. The chemo I would like to get, the IPT, insulin potentiated therapy, is not accessible to me at the moment. And I don't know how to make it accessible. As far as regular chemo, because of my type of cancer, or at least what it is changed to now, because originally it was triple negative, but apparently the lumpectomy took care of that, and now all the secondary cancer in my lymph nodes is estrogen and HER2 positive. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to look it up, because I'm not going to explain at the moment. They do have chemotherapy. They call it medication because it's a pill, but it's chemotherapy. Whether it's through an IV or through a pill, it's still chemotherapy. And they do have a pill that is specifically helpful to that type of cancer, the estrogen or HER2 positive cancer. And the doctor was saying she thinks that she could literally knock some of this cancer out if I would be willing to do it. I have not been willing to do it. All this time I've been fighting that. I've done so much research. I just couldn't see myself doing that to my body. And it petrified me, honestly, the damage and the side effects that it can cause. But she also said that if I don't do anything, that I maybe will last a year. And the pain will continue to get worse. Which it has been. Gradually getting worse. I mean, the tumors are all quite large. They're all larger than 5 centimeters. At least most of them. The ones on my neck are a little smaller. But the others are quite large and starting to attach to other things, like my pectoral muscles, major and minor. They're not sure from the PET scan if the cancer is actually spread to the muscle of the chest wall, or if it's the lymph node just under the muscle in the chest wall that is trying to attach to the chest wall because it's cancerous. So, much as I hate to say it, I'm actually considering chemo. I don't trust doctors. And Paul wants me to check with the Mayo Clinic before I do anything with St. Joseph. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to check with the Mayo Clinic, see if my insurance would even go that route. But St. Joseph said that they would try to help me financially to get the chemo done. And I don't know if Mayo Clinic does that or not. Because I told them Anyway, I won't talk about that. I am just throwing this out there to let you know that I did get the results of the PET scan. And the reason all the lymphedema is happening in my arm, in my right breast, around my right rib cage, front and back, and my shoulder, is because all those lymph nodes are cancerous now. So, yeah, I really don't know what to say about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I have all kinds of mixed emotions. And every day I pray that God will heal me, and I ask Him to help me when I struggle with unbelief. It's not that I don't think God can't do it. I'm just not sure He's going to. So, and I have to put my life in His hands. We try to be led in a right direction. We try to use wisdom. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. So, yeah, I'm reaching a point where I don't know what to say now. So, I appreciate everybody's prayers and kind words and thoughts and everything, but I'm probably gonna try doing some form of chemo to see if I can shrink some of this and reduce some of my pain level. It all feels counterintuitive to me. I doesn't anyway. Yeah. So, PET scan was not good. Brain scan was good. And that's my update.